This is South Florida Today on NBC 6 HD.
Hey there, Jose. Thank you so much. Well, it's the most dreaded time of the year. It is tax season once again. And with the April 18th deadline fast approaching, not 15th, but 18th, it still can be confusing and frustrating. Well, Sheri Schultz from Fiske Company is here to talk taxes and make the whole situation a lot less taxing. Welcome. It's so good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, tax time is coming. It's the 18th, not the 15th this year. Who needs to file in the first place?
Well, everyone should consider filing because even if you're under the income requirements, you still may have withholding on your salary, withholding from pension or profit sharing, and the only way to get money back from the IRS is to file a return. They do not give refunds unless you file a return. And with that, if you think you may be getting money back from 2007, you only have until April 18th this year to file to get the refunds. And according to the IRS, there's $1.1 billion of money waiting to be refunded to taxpayers. And they believe it affects 1.1 million taxpayers can be getting that refund.
So now, should you go to an accountant and figure out if you need to file, or do you just file and see if you're eligible?
Well, this year, what's new is if you make under $58,000, you can go onto the IRS website, irs.gov, and there's free tax preparation software that you can use to prepare your return and e-file it. And it will have all the information on there if you meet the filing requirements.
Alrighty, now there have been some new laws and some changes. Anything that people really need to key in on?
Well, the new laws are, it's extending the Bush-era tax cuts for another 2 years.
Yay.
So the highest tax rate for individuals is 35%, and the long-term capital gain and dividend income is still taxed at 15%. For lower income taxpayers, they don't pay any income on their long-term capital gain and their dividend income. Also, something that's new is this year, higher income taxpayers do not have to limit what their itemized deductions are or their standard deductions. They get full standard deduction for their children, full exemption for their children, and they don't limit their itemized deductions.
How do you know when you need to go to a tax preparer or if your taxes are simple enough to do it yourself?
Well, I would first start online since it's free, and try the software there. And if it's too complicated, then you want to consult with a tax preparer, and because they have a lot more information for you, because there's a lot about the Tax Act, and like unemployment compensation benefits are fully taxable this year, whereas in the past they weren't. And another thing that got extended that would help you is we don't have state income taxes. So you can use sales tax deduction, meaning you can use the table, so whatever you paid for sales tax, if you have large purchases, you'd want to be able to take a deduction for those sales tax this year.
Okay, so we have a little bit of extra time this year because, of course, you don't have to have your taxes in until the 18th.
There's a legal holiday in Washington, and that is why you have an extra weekend to file.
Okay, but with that, does it mean that, you know, let's say you're going to file an extension anyway. Can anybody just file an extension, or are there some criteria as to whether you can file that extension and not send in any money with it?
Anyone can file an extension. However, the extension is only for the time to file, not for time to pay. So if you owe money to the government, you must pay it in by April 18th, and otherwise you will incur interest and possibly penalties.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Some great information. And if you want to find out more tax tips and how you could save and possibly even get a refund back, visit Fiske Company's website before you file at fiskecompany.com or call 954-236-8600. We'll be right back. You'll want to stay right where you are.